All right, Uhuru, welcome. My name is Tachora Masimba, and I'm a member of the African People's Education and Defense Fund. And you are here with the Black Power Blueprints, a project of the African People's Education and Defense Fund. I'm here with She'll introduce herself and tell us your role in the Black Power Blueprint and how you have a relationship with the Black Power Blueprint.
Okay, I am the International Economic Development Coordinator for NPDM, which is the International People's Democratic Uhuru Movement. We have partners with the Black Power Blueprint to bring assistance along with freedom to African people in the North City of St. Louis, where poverty is the biggest enemy, and we want to take back our streets one building at a time.
That's right. That's right. Thank you. I'm happy to be here with you. I wanted to just talk a little bit about the Black Power Blueprint and about what we're looking at. This is a building that we call the Uhuru House. Uhuru is a word, Swahili word that means freedom. It is a word that we adopted as a consequence of the struggle of the Mau Mau in Kenya in the 50s and 60s. And this building has been vacant for at least 12 years. It's a 100-year-old building. It was completely condemned when we got it. There were dirty mattresses, needles, hygiene products, baby pampers, no floor in a lot of places. It was just a real decaying building. And we have traffic going by. So this is our community. This will serve as a community center. The first floor will be what we call a Kwaba Hall. Kwaba is a tree word which means welcome. So if you have baby showers, weddings, any kind of event, this is a space for African people to be able to rent out and utilize as a political, economic, and social hub for black people. Behind us, I wanted for us to look at these buildings here. You can kind of see one building here. There's a building next to it, as well as two lots behind it and next to it. So this building will be demolished, and we will use this for our One Africa, One Nation marketplace. So we'll have outdoor vendors come here, set up, sell their goods, products, shea butter, lotions, jewelry. They'll have a place to sell it. You know, it's difficult for African people to have any kind of economy, even as a vendor. And we will allow them to do it at prices that will make sense, and we'll help them build it. We'll help them build an economy and build a political community that they will allow them to make a living. So I wanted to kind of just give a panoramic shot of this neighborhood. This is a beautiful neighborhood, but it is a neighborhood that, like most places you see African people, not only in St. Louis but in the world, that has received no economic development. All of the economic development any economic development that we do see is economic development for the white community, and it's not just economic development for the white community, it's economic development for the white community at the expense of the white community. We understand that the conditions that you see in white communities, where you see high-rise buildings, lofts, lattes, people walking their dogs, doing regular working hours, is a consequence of one community having the wealth and stealing it from another community. That is the basic relationship of white people and Europe in general to African people and other oppressed people in the world. So there's a relationship between these communities. So we're struggling against that. This is a project of self-determination. This is a struggle against gentrification. And this is an anti-colonial struggle for an independent economy. So we want to take you in right now. We have a lot going on. When you go in, you'll be surprised. And I want you to just think about the consequences of black people coming together for self-determination in this kind of way. So come on in. Uhuru! All right, so as we see, we got a whole house full of people. This is a 3-story building, 9,000 square feet. We also have people on the second floor as well. But these are all volunteers. Everybody that you will see on this first floor and most people throughout the building are volunteers who have come here to help make the struggle for Black power, Black self-determination. And I want to turn here. We've got a young, what we call a young comrade. This is Cameron. So he's even painting. Cameron, how old are you? 7 years old. Can you take the mask off for a quick second? And can you tell us why you're here supporting this?
Why are you here helping with the Uhuru house? Speak up.
So that we can build. All right, thank you. This is Cameron. And we wanted to also briefly interview Kobina. Kobina, can you give us? Kobina, can you tell us where you're from and why you're here?
I'm coming out of Huntsville, Alabama, and I want to be a part of taking power back into the hands of the African working class. And like the chairman always says, that we can't just explain the world. We got to be about the business of changing the world, and that's what Blueprint for Black Power is doing right here in St. Louis right now. So come and be a part of it. Uhuru.
Uhuru. So Kobina brought a team with him, and they drove overnight all the way from Huntsville, Alabama, to be a part of this. So let's go.
Where can people go?
And people should go to donate. We need donations to make this happen. So let me not be remiss. We need donations to make this happen. All that you see is a consequence of $10, $20, $100 donations. So we want your contribution. You can go to ucaring.com/blackpowerblueprint. ucaring.com/blackpowerblueprint. This is what is being done with your money. All right. So we see here we have the exposed brick. Again, all of this was this is the old abandoned building. So we had old drywall and plaster up, but we wanted to give the African community something beautiful right here in the heart of North St. Louis. So we paid a company of 22 African men in their 20s who owned their own company. We were able to give them work, and they did a beautiful job for us. We also wanted to make sure we have the heating and ventilation, ductwork exposed. We thought that would be a nice touch. As you see, a stage that we built here. We have the subfloor down, but we still need more donations. We still have to put the flooring down. We still have to continue with the drywall work upstairs and the detail work, so we still need your donations. And again, you can go to ucaring.com/blackpowerblueprint. And I want to take you around and just kind of talk to some people so you can see why people came out and who they are. Okay. Can you just talk to us briefly? So this is it's okay? Okay. So can you just tell us who you are and why you decided to come out today?
Oh, my name is Isoke Bell. I decided to come out because I think that St. Louis, especially after the birth of Michael Brown, is like the birthplace of the new civil rights movement. And I know people say stay woke, but you need to work woke. So it's not good enough just to be woke to know this stuff. You got to actually put boots on the ground and do the man work, the man power. So when I came to it last week and heard it, I was like, okay, well that's my opportunity to work woke, not just
work woke.
So that's why I'm here.
Can we quote that? Work. Yeah. All right. All right. And so here we have the bathrooms, and again, all of this had to be built out. So we had to first knock down the old walls that were there, where there were walls. In some cases, the walls were not up. We had to frame it, drywall it, prime it, paint it, and that's what we're doing now. And we're able to do this because of your donations. So again, it's been $100, $20, $50 donations that have made this happen. Every day, every week, us doing these live streams and people like you making contributions. So we want you to go to ucaring.com/blackpowerblueprint in order to make a contribution. She is working hard and she doesn't even want to stop. But can you speak quickly and just tell us who you are?
My name is Donlila Fico. I am a proud member of NPDM and under the leadership of the African People's Socialist Party. Right now, I am just covering up some holes the old school way. They too small to spray, so we just got our team here, and I'm happy to Black Power Blueprint to get our neighborhoods back and to build Black Power in our neighborhoods and outside our neighborhoods. I mean, it starts somewhere, so you see the Black Power here, maybe everybody connect like a chain. It's a strong chain, has strong links, and they all look the same way.
Can you tell us where you're from?
I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. I'm from this neighborhood. We're in North St. Louis. They call Old North St. Louis. I'm talking years ago. The whole area was full of black businesses, restaurants, stores, gas stations, even little shopping strips on each corner so you can shop and buy things for you. There's none of that here. On every single corner, block to block, there's absolutely nothing. If someone want to go to the grocery store, they literally got to drive outside of their neighborhood, which is about 5 miles that way. You shouldn't have, that's far outside your neighborhood for people who don't have cars, for people who can't catch the bus, for kids who have single parents at home that need to, because that's what I did. Living in this neighborhood, mine worked all day. When I got out of school, which was like 3 blocks away, I literally had to walk to Nationals, which was 2 blocks away, do a little grocery shopping, and then come home. That's not going to happen if we don't get our neighborhood back, and so that's why I'm here.
All right, Uhuru, thank you. And she's leading this project, this aspect of the project too. So she's showing us real leadership skills. She's showing us that African people can lead, and she's showing us that African women can and must lead as well. Again, we want you to make a contribution if you cannot be here to make a material contribution to this. You can go to ucaring.com/Black Power Blueprint to participate. Can you, she's busy working, but can you tell us a little bit, just tell us where you come from and what made you come here?
I'm Nicole from Georgia. If you build it, they will come. Black Power, Uhuru.
So she actually drove here from
Alabama.
From Huntsville, Alabama, overnight to be a part of this. So we want to thank you again. And she's painting the women's bathroom. So you see a beautiful layout. Just take a look at the colors and the chandeliers and the lighting. And all of this is possible because of donations made by you. $10, $20, $100. We've had some donations of $1,000, but for the most part, everything has been very small donations. So we want you to go to ucaring.com/Black Power Blueprint to be a part of this.
No, I said she said this. Oh, okay, yes.
Talia, can we interview you too?
Okay, I was holding the door trying to.
Okay, don't worry about it. Okay, so this is Talia. Can you tell us about who you are, how you found out about this project and the organization, and what made you come out today?
I'm Talia. I'm originally from Minnesota. Then I moved down here because of Mike Brown and all of that. 2 years ago, I wanted to create a difference down here. Found your Uhuru Solidarity Movement because I love Black Panthers, and I find the Uhuru Solidarity Movement is like the White Panthers of the 60s, and it's our way of contributing and uplifting Black voices and Black power, and I'm all about it.
They gotta go in. That's the details.
And unity through reparations.
That's right. All right, thank you. All right, so we're going to go upstairs, and we want to do a few more interviews. This is Makeda. Makeda, can you tell us who you are? Jesse, you can get in on this as well. Please talk to us. Just tell us who you are, what your relationship is to this movement, to this project, what brought you out.
Okay, I'm Makeda, and I'm a member of the local branch of NPEDA, the National People's Democratic Movement. And I've been here from the beginning and plan on being here until we're not here anymore. So what brings me out is just that. I know that we're doing a lot of work for the community and with the community in mind. There's nothing better. Self-determination is the whole goal. It's everything. It's everything. So I just want to invite everybody to come on out. Anybody that sees this to come on out. Get your hands in this work. Let's do it.
Or you can donate by going to ucaring.com/Black Power Blueprint. We also are here with Jesse Neville. Jesse, tell us why you're here and what your relationship to this project is.
I'm here from St Petersburg, Florida. I'm with the Uhuru Solidarity Movement, which is white people working under the leadership of the Uhuru Movement and the African People's Socialist Party, and organizing for reparations to the black community. And I've been in St. Pete participating in the reparations campaign to raise the resources for this project, the Black Power Blueprint. And based on the fact that white people owe reparations to African people, and every resource that we have in the white community has come at the expense of 600 years of slavery and colonialism, that has benefited the white population. So white people have a responsibility to support this project as a stance of reparations. And I came here today and can see around me reparations in practice, and black power and African self-determination in practice. So any white people who are watching this, you need to go to youcaring.com/blackpowerblueprint and donate whatever you can to get this project to its goal. Uhuru.
Okay. All right, so we're going to go up to the second floor. Thank you, Makeda. Thank you, Jesse. We appreciate it. All right. Okay. So again, this is the Uhuru House. This is a 9,000 or so square foot building. This will be a community center, but more than a community center. This will be a political hub of self-determination for African people, and it'll be part of a larger strategy to build an independent, anti-colonial economy. This is a zip code 63107, and we know that just a few zip codes away, and as little as 2 miles away, we have up to an 18-year disparity in life expectancy. So as one comrade told me, even white people even owe their life expectancy to black people. Everything white people have, we understand, is a consequence of colonialism and slavery. We understand that there's a relationship between the communities that we see in white neighborhoods, the vast amounts of wealth and opportunity, and the poverty and imposed ignorance and desperation that you see in the black community. That the white community exists because it is able to live off of the labor, the land, the resources, the property of African people. And so there has to be any struggle for economic development has to be a struggle based on that observation, that analysis. And so that's what this is. We want to build an independent, anti-colonial economy. But it's not enough to just talk about it. You have to participate in it. And we plan to govern. As we hear Chairman O'Malley Yeshitela say all the time, we plan to govern. And so this is giving us the capacity to do so. We're learning redevelopment, economic development on the ground. We're learning organizing and perfecting that. So this is the only way to do it. Go to youcaring.com/blackpowerblueprint and you can participate in this. So we want to come upstairs and just give a tour. This is the second floor of the building. It's a 3-story building. So we have workers here. You see the contractor here on stilts, professionals doing the work here. And this is a consequence of your contribution. The money didn't fall out of the sky, and the government certainly didn't contribute to African self-determination. So the way we're able to make this happen is through donations. $10, $20, $50, $100, $200, people like you. So all donations make a difference. You don't have to break the bank to make a significant contribution. You just have to be one of many. We want you to go to youcaring.com/blackpowerblueprint and you can make a contribution to African self-determination. You can also come out tomorrow. We're having another N2U Volunteer Brigade Day tomorrow from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. So if you didn't make it today in the St. Louis area, or if you can drive from out of town overnight, we would like to see you come out. So come on, let's go. All right, Uhuru. So we want to, this is President Columbi Antoinette. She'll tell you a little bit about who she is, but she's working here on the ground, up here doing whatever it takes to make this happen. So can you just tell us who you are, what your relationship to this project movement is, and what brought you here today?
Uhuru. I'm Columbi Antoinette, and I'm the international president of the International People Democratic Uhuru Movement from St. Louis, born and raised. Met Chairman O'Malley Yeshitela after August 9th when Mike Brown was slayed on Canfield Drive. flushed out in the streets like so many others looking for a real solution. And met Chairman Amali Yeshitela and became a member of the International People Democratic Uhuru movement. And came up and understood that, you know, we have to really have economic development in the black community. We need black community control of the police. We need power in our hands. And so, you know, Deputy Chair Onizane Yeshitela came to St. Louis after Chairman's political report that laid out exactly what we needed to do on the grounds in St. Louis. She came here with that political report and she made it happen, and the Black Power Blueprint was birthed. And I've been part of this since the very beginning when we came into this condemned building where people were squatting in this community. And now you see what's happening here, and all the people that have came out from various different places to be a part of this. And this happened. And it's amazing. I'm really excited every time my hands get to hit something and touch, because I know what this really means to the community. Yeah. And not just St. Louis, but everywhere. Like everywhere you watching, like every dollar you have donated to make this possible. Everybody that shared this video, told a family member, have donated not once but twice, 3 times. And you can donate 4 times today by going to, what is it?
ucaring.com/Black Power Blueprint. ucaring.com/Black Power Blueprint.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Uhuru.
Thank you, Uhuru.
All right. So we just want to do a quick walkthrough. This is the break room, and actually I want to go this way. So that was President Columbia Antoinette, and I want to show you the office that they would have here in the Uhuru House. So this will be her office and the office of the International People's Democratic Uhuru movement. You know, you see this building, but it has come a long way. This whole back wall that you see here, this brick wall, was literally falling apart. So the very first thing we had to do when we purchased this building was to secure this back wall. So we had to have the bricklayers, tuck pointers come in and really save this building. And what we found out was that as much work as it needed, it had a solid foundation, so we were able to save it. But this will be the office of IPEDM, the International People's Democratic Uhuru Movement, a mass organization designed to bring everyday people into political life. So this is what you're funding. This is the office of this will be the office of a mass revolutionary organization. So we need your contributions. This is not charity. Charity is money that you give that is not designed to change the fundamental conditions that created the problem that you're giving to. So this is a real, genuine economic development and self-determination. We want you to go to ucaring.com/Black Power Blueprint. All right, so let's go downstairs now. I'm going to try to catch some more people. And we won't be able to go up, but this is the 3rd floor. So we have all of these, you know, commercial buildings that are just lapsing into decay, you know, because white people have 21 times the wealth that African people have. There was a recent article that came out saying that it would take African people 228 years just to acquire the amount of wealth that white people have today. Not to catch them, not to close the gap, but just to have the amount of wealth that they have today. So the conditions that we see are not coincidental. They're not unrelated. Those two conditions have a dialectical relationship. You know, one gets rich as a consequence of impoverishing the other one. That's called exploitation. We understand that this social system is built on the exploitation of one people by another. We call it a parasitic system. So the only way to struggle against this is to struggle for African self-determination, to really raise the political contradictions that expose the social system and raise the consciousness of the masses of black people. So this is the contribution that you're making. This is not charity. We want you to go to ucaring.com/Black Power Blueprint and make a contribution to African self-determination. All right. So you've heard the saying that the revolution will not be televised. Well, the revolution is a process, you know, and the process entails every day getting up, going and making things happen, learning to organize, learning from your experiences as you organize, and building institutions brick by brick. That's what it looks like. And giving the people the capacity to house, clothe, and feed themselves. All right, so this is the basement. So you see the tremendous amount of work that is happening here, but you also see the tremendous amount of work that needs to be done. And I'm kind of blown away because it was only a half hour or so ago that I was down here and it looked nothing like this. So these volunteers and comrades are making a serious contribution. So let's just talk. Can you tell us who you are? See, they don't want to stop working. They're so committed. Just tell us who you are and what brought you out.
I'm Ashley Ray, and my friend David, Ashley knows. Kalumbai, and he asked if I would come out and help. So I'm here to help and support.
Thank you. She's working. Wow, I can't believe this room is full. Yeah. Come on in here and take a look. So, ignore this big safe that you see here on the ground. It was here already, but this room was so dirty and had so much debris. I didn't want to walk into it. Can you brothers tell us who you are and what brought you out today?
So I'm David Pitbull Grant. I'm David Pitbull Grant. I'm a local cage fighter, boxer in St. Louis, and I came to help the black empowerment, black movement, you know, give us a voice. So I feel like I'm gonna be that extra catalyst for all my extended audience. So, you know, this is me giving back to the community.
Yeah. What?
Hey, my name is Jordan Fly. Bobby may know me, like you know. I'm a designer. I do a lot of other things as well, but whenever I get time, I always come and help out. I've been friends with Kalumbai for years. You know, we go way back, so I'm definitely always, if I'm able to help, I'm always going to do it.
Yep.
All right, thank you, Uhuru. So the Black Power Blueprint is not only the Uhuru House. It is the One Africa, One Nation Marketplace. Again, we purchased 2 buildings across the street, 2 lots for that. It'll be an outdoor marketplace so that vendors can come out, they can sell their products. They have a place to actually have an economy, and it's happening right in the heart of the African community here in North St. Louis. So we want you to make a contribution. Go to ucaring.com/Black Power Blueprint. You'll also be contributing to Uhuru's Eco Commercial Kitchen, which is a bakery and cafe, which is a commercial kitchen. The bakery and cafe will have a community garden there where we grow our own food. So we're struggling for independent food distribution. We're struggling to create housing, so we've also purchased housing as well. We're struggling to be able to house, clothe, and feed ourselves. So this is what your contribution is. The Uhuru Eco Commercial Kitchen will also allow African people who may have felonies and who have been to prison and who come out and don't have the capacity to make a living in the sort of legal economy. And that's the reason they often went to jail in the first place. But we'll give them the opportunity to learn a skill so that they can get employment and they can start their own businesses. This is what your contribution is going toward. We want to see you go to ucaring.com/Black Power Blueprint. And we can head back upstairs. Okay?
Char, are there going to be events here coming up soon?
Yeah, and so in October, starting October 6th, the African People's Socialist Party will have its 7th Party Congress. So, as I stated earlier, we intend to govern. So as part of that, we have a democratic process that allows us to elect leadership and to set an agenda for the next 5 years until we have our next Congress, so that we don't operate off of spontaneity. And spontaneity is the mother of all opportunism. So we don't operate from spontaneity. We have a plan. We have a struggle based on our understanding of the conditions of African people and the world, and how we must struggle to create African self-determination all throughout the world. So we have the Congress coming up in October. We have another workday tomorrow. So this is the N2U Volunteer Brigade. I want to be clear about that. This is what you're looking at, is the volunteer arm of the Black Power Blueprint. So we need you to join this army of volunteers that we call the N2U Volunteer Brigade. Come be a part of this army that's transforming not only North St. Louis, but the Black Power Blueprint began over 25 years ago through the African People's Education and Defense Fund, and over 45 years ago through the African People's Socialist Party. So this is a significant, deeply rooted movement, and not only just the movement, but organizations and institutions that are designed to be anti-colonial self-determination institutions. We want you to go to ucaring.com/Black Power Blueprint. It is so critical that you, not just look at this, not just make Facebook memes, not just make videos, not just have discussions in the barbershops, not even just write books, not just take tours to Egypt, not just go to church, but you actually get up and can make a contribution to the physical material support. So you can do that by volunteering, you can do that by making a material contribution, by going to ucaring.com/Black Power Blueprint. Uhuru.